I've hidden in the shadows for most of my life, removing harmful spirits from the forest, trapping them in crystals, other realms, spiritual cages, transmuting and crossing over the ones that I can. There's a new entity among us, destroying everything and everyone in its path. Something so dark, it deafens you with its low hum. It reeks of rotting flesh and smoke. You are paralyzed by its heavy energy. I know it was brought forth by something even darker, a bigger, secret evil. I have been hunting it for years with the plan of capturing it and containing it. This would expose the true evil of the world and clear my name. No longer would I be the monster of the swamp. A few days ago, I got my chance. We crossed paths. I had prepared a herbal remedy and potion to get the entity back to my home so I could perform a ritual to contain her. She had taken the form of a small child, almost like she was trying to fool me or trick me into this trap, unaware that I had my own plan. I know she knew I had been following her. They know everything, see everything, hear everything, and can be everywhere all at once. I was prepared. Some black salt, herbs, smoke, a selenite knife, and a chant later, I had her enclosed in a ball of light. My familiars and spirits of the forest helped me bring her to my home by the swamp. The full moon would be when she was transmuted and contained for good, so she could no longer cause harm. When a dark entity is near, they can alter your thoughts, make you see or hear things, make you do things. You have to be protected at all times, otherwise they can get you. I am not afraid or affected by these anymore. I know they will spit at me, swear at me, pull out my deepest and darkest memories just to throw me off track and try to break me down and hurt me. I know what I am up against. Others are not so lucky and easily tricked and manipulated. This is where my day goes wrong. Many from the towns around have tried to hunt me. None make it far. There is a reward for my capture, though, dead or alive. I have things in place to protect me, throw them off my trail, warnings. I am aware of what goes on out here. I see and feel it all. A male energy who is fueled by a deep-rooted past rage and influenced by this dark entity, is making his way through the forest, determined to have my head. It was going to be hard, but I needed to complete my ritual before he made it to us, and once I began, I would not be able to stop. Everything was in place. I needed all of my familiars, my spirit friends, and angels to help me on this one. I began the ritual. The demon screamed as if it were a real child, going back and forth between insulting me and fighting and putting on its act. She was weakening. I was getting close. I could feel the footsteps of this bounty hunter vibrating through the earth. I needed to stay focused. I began chanting louder and louder, overpowering the words of the demon, still screaming. The footsteps rushed from behind. I turned, throwing black salt into the man's eyes, trying to stall him. I continued to chant, and he began to fight me. I grabbed my staff and knocked him in the head and the gut, making him fall backwards, breaking the line of salt in my protective circle. The fire began to grow, and the demon began to laugh. This was her way out if I didn't finish this now. The man pulled out his sword, demanding me to stop. I just looked at him. I had no words. This might be it for all of us. The demon now laughing louder, pulling in the attention of the man, shifting from child to something black and putrid. The air thickened, and silence became deafening. The man now turns his sword to the demon, and it is instantly ripped from his hands. He becomes paralyzed. I yell to him, "You have to fight this, stay in your body." But the man drops to the ground, and the demon starts removing the man's soul, emptying the body to take it over. She begins to feed on the man's soul. I quickly grab some holy water and throw it at the demon. She hissed and turned to me with one hand over the man's draining body, pulling his soul out. "Do not give up. Do not let her win." Attached to your body, connect to the earth, I scream as I gathered my tools to try to recapture this creature. Laughter again. I was a little afraid now. I just tried to kill this thing, and now it's free, pulling out some man's soul. I began chanting again, calling in the elements, calling in all the help I could get. I began talking to the man again. You have to push her out. Think about what you're fighting for, who you're fighting for. Call in your power. The sky became loud, filled with wings as ravens began to swarm. The man began to yell, "This is my body. You do not have permission to be here." The demon released the man's soul and began to retreat. The man's body collapsed in defeat on the ground. "You will never be free," the demon warned me. "True chaos and destruction will be the end of this world." Exhausted and out of ideas, I backed down. I let her go. I have lost this battle, but this does not mean it will be the end. Black smoke began to surround me like a shadow attaching to my feet. I would figure that out later, after I figure out what was going on with the ravens and this man. I crawled over to him. He was still alive. His soul was tattered and in pieces, but I know I could fix it if I wanted to. The ravens began to quiet their squawking and land around the forest, overlooking the situation. A raven circled and landed on the other side of the man. I sat on my knees beside him, allowing the raven to connect and relay its message. "You know what you have to do," he told me. "You have to save him. You have to forgive him. You need to save each other." I began to gather the pieces of the man's soul and helped him stumble into my home. I prepared for his healing and soul retrieval. The pieces of his soul lined up throughout the house, ready to be placed back into his body. There is a reason I am feared by the townspeople. I know ancient magic, the kind that only exists in myths. I can heal any living creature. I can split a soul. I can summon familiars. I understand why I am feared. It is the rituals like this that make people think I am a monster or a witch. Today, I was meant to be the unknown hero. This ratchet girl in the mirror says otherwise, though. Still just a witch in the swamp. I don't know why the spirits needed me to do this with this man, but I have learned to trust the process and surrender to the universe. It all happens for a reason. There is something about him. He can help me. Sure, he may have tried to kill me, or was being paid to kill me, but he now owes me his life. He has a debt to pay. I have given him not only a second chance, but a power. This may seem insane, but not only does he have his life back, but two. He will live two lives, one as a man, and one as my new familiar, the Raven.